I live in a big city in my own apartment. My girlfriend, Lily, lives with her roommates. But if I'm being honest, she basically lives over here 80% of the time. Early today/yesterday, while I was at the gym with my friend, Mike, she texted me that she had an old friend she hasn't seen in a while that's in town, and that it would be nice to have a quiet place to catch up. I said they could use my apartment, and that I'd go out for dinner with Mike, so they'd have time to catch up. During this time, I'm at the gym, so I was in rush. I didn't ask who she was inviting over, etc. Well, apparently, I should, as the old friend she was apparently catching up with alone in my apartment was her only ex-boyfriend, Kyle. Around 30-ish minutes after this conversation, I get a text from her saying they're at the apartment. I just said bed and continued with my friend. Mike and I finished our workout around 7 p.m. and decided we'd go to Whole Foods as their hot/salad bars got some great food. We ate there and finished around 8:30-ish. I'm on my way home now, and honestly, I wasn't expecting anything other than just saying hi and heading my ass to bed. Should have been a long-ass day, and honestly, I was just ready to get to sleep. I arrived home around 9 p.m., and at this point I had no idea if her friend was still over or not. I was secretly hoping they weren't, as I didn't feel like socializing at all. But hey, I'll take one for the team. When I walked in the apartment, I see some big-ass Timberland boots that obviously are a man's. I'm immediately like, fuck, her friend brought her boy. And I'm going to have to stay up and socialize now. I take off my shoes and jacket and start heading down the mini hallway. As I enter the living area, I see my girlfriend sitting on the couch with a man at separate ends, but staring right at each other talking. My girlfriend notices me and jumps a little. I didn't really find this odd at the time, but now thinking back on it makes sense. At this point, I'm still completely oblivious. I say hello and start walking towards the man. I'm looking around the house at this point for her friend. Honestly, I just thought she was in the bathroom or some shit. I shake the guy's hand and say some shit like, hey, I'm Lily's boyfriend. He replied back in like a cocky-ass way with some, I'm Kyle, Lily's ex. I was like, oh, my fault, I thought you were friend's boyfriend. Then it got a little quiet, and I rapidly come to the realization that my girlfriend has been alone with her ex in my apartment for the last couple hours. I look at my girl and say, so I'm taking this was your old friend. She said yeah, in a soft-ass voice. At this point, I wasn't letting myself jump to any conclusions, but I'm tired and I don't feel like socializing. I'm also now upset my girl was just chilling with her ex in my apartment. It got quiet again, and these two made zero effort to continue whatever convo they were having just moments ago. Lily asks how my day was, and I was like, it was fine, I guess, again getting the vibe I'm interrupting something. At this point, I'm fed up. Only like a minute or so had passed since my question to her, and I look at him and ask Kyle, hey, do you mind ending it here for today? I actually got some things I got to talk to Lily about. He said she invited me over, though, and we're still reminiscing on the good old days. I look at Lily, she can't even look me in my eyes. I look back at Kyle and say, all right, let me rephrase that this is my apartment and I'm telling you to leave. He then looks at her and says, do you want me to leave? At this point, and I'm not proud of it, I completely lose my shit, saying, what the fuck do you mean by that? I don't give a shit if she wants you to leave or not. I'm telling you to get the fuck out my house. Lily is telling me to calm down and turns and tells him he needs to leave. Kyle gets up and heads towards the hallway to get a shit. I follow, and he ends up leaving. I come back, and Lily is now pissed at me, saying I embarrassed her. I embarrassed you? She then goes on about how my reaction is totally uncalled, for as she told me he was coming over and asked. I was like, no, Lily, you said a thing friend was coming over, a thing friend. Not once you mentioned this friend was a male, much less you're a thing ex. She then says my reaction was bullshit, and that I acted like an ass. I tell her you were with your a thing ex in my apartment. Do you not understand how much of a fuck you that comes across as? I then asked why the fuck y'all were meeting in the first place, and she tells me he's going through rough times and needs someone to lean on, and that she just wanted to be there for him as he's a nice person, and that by hanging with him in my apartment, it shows nothing shady is going on. I explained how that is bullshit, and that if my ex dared having issues and I was the one comforting her, she would be pissed. She was like, no, she'd understand because she is empathy. I was like, that's bullshit, Lily. You got pissed at me at the gym cause I smiled when a girl complimented my form when lifting. She then was like, she's done talking, and stormed out. I didn't say anything. I didn't chase. I haven't reached out. I just sat on the couch and thought about what the fuck just happened. I then called my father, who gave me some great advice. She then texted me these 2 hours ago. Can we talk? I'm sorry for not telling you it was my ex that I was inviting over. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Nothing happened. Nothing is going to happen. I love you. He messaged me out of the blue. He needed someone to talk to. I didn't think that much of it. I'm sorry for deceiving you. That sounds like BS, right? I didn't think much of it. Then followed by sorry for deceiving you, like obviously you did think about it, or you would have been truthful. I wanted to talk to him at your place because I didn't want you to assume something else was going on. Please talk to me. I love you. Obliviously, if she sees this, she'll know I'm talking about us, but she doesn't use Reddit. I haven't responded yet. I'm leaning towards wanting to break things up with her after talking about all this with my pops. Not for her talking him, but for how I felt in the moment it all was happening. It's a huge red flag for me that she said old friend instead of ex. I still don't get it. I'm the moment of me getting visibly upset with her ex. She didn't take my side once. When I was nice before I even recognized him, it felt like I was the odd man out. I just felt like she doesn't respect me. Not on some 1950s shit where the woman has to respect the man, but if the roles were reversed and I was with my ex at her house, I would have backed my girl when she was getting mad. I would have called my ex out for talking cocky to my girl, etc. I'm still very pissed, so I don't think I should be talking to her right now. It's currently around 3 a.m. Honestly, I'm just if tired. I don't even know if I'm pissed. Update, this shit is long. I doubt you actually want to read it all. Sorry, I just poured my thoughts into it. It's currently around 7 p.m. when writing this, and honestly the last 13-ish hours, I've been up a benefit draining to say the least. I awoke in the morning to my phone going absolutely nuts with notifications from Reddit. I'm honestly like, oh fuck, why the actual fuck did I decide to pour my personal thoughts out into a Reddit post? I began to scroll y'all's comments, and to say I was shocked is an absolute understatement. Literally almost all of y'all are actively taking my side. And I mean, I was just scrolling this morning just looking for that one comment that was taking hers. It did not come. What surprised me the most were the amount of women in this thread that said they would never do this to their man and that it is beyond disrespectful. I mean, those comments hit the hardest this morning, as those were my thoughts exactly. Last night was a fixture storm for me, to be honest. I couldn't believe what the fuck had just happened. As y'all can guess from my post, I live alone, so there wasn't anyone at my crib that I could talk to, so I decided to call the one man that's had my back since day one. My pops, as many have messaged me and many have commented. I will go into detail on what exactly our phone call entailed. First, I'm gonna go back to when it originally happened so that it makes more sense. Also, when reading back my thoughts from last night, it was clear I was rushing at the end, and honestly just fed up with everything at that point, so I skipped a lot of details. Okay, to start, Lily had just stormed out of my apartment at this point when I called her out that she wouldn't be a fingo K with me meeting with my ex, cause they needed someone to lean on. Like I said before, I didn't call out, text, or follow her. At this point, I'm a fing furious and I can't believe what the fuck just happened. I take a seat on the couch and try breathing exercises. I am trying to calm down, but it's no use cause I keep remembering Kyle asking, "Do you want me to leave?" to my girlfriend. I didn't really elaborate on this beforehand, but that shit effings at me to another world, and I was absolutely about lose my shit to the max. I just kept telling myself it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. At this point, all I want to do is beat Kyle's ass and all my methods for calming down were failing at this point. I just said fuck it, and picked up my phone, and said Siri call old man. I honestly didn't know what I was going to say at this point, but I knew if there was one person who could get through to me it would be my pops. Now I don't remember the exact dialogue, but exactly went down, but I'm going to try my best to be as accurate as possible. Phone dialing. Dad picks up and says I seen it already vouch, dropped 43 on the ass. I started laughing a bit and say it's not about that dad, I just go into a huge effing fight with Lily dad. I'm really a think this dad, I don't want to do anything stupid. Whoa, okay, where are you right now? Are you with her? Are you guys okay? Dad, I'm at the crib right now and she just stormed out. Yes, I am chilling, I just don't know what to do. Dash me. There's a long pause after this, and I hear my pops take a deep breath and say all right, hit me. I began to give him the same rundown I gave you guys in my last post. The whole time my pops is dead silent, doesn't say a finger word. I finished up the story. All he asked was what does Kyle look like? I won't lie, this caught my off guard cause I was like damn, Dad, why the fuck does it matter what he looks like? I responded I don't know, he was white with long curly hair etc. Why? My dad was like no, how tall was he? At this point I'm like WTF Dad. I'd kiss ass was like 5 feet 9 inches max. My dad laughs a bit and says, explains the Timberlands, then if female equivalent of heels. I didn't realize it yesterday, but what my pops was doing was what he always does. I literally can't stay pissed if I laugh and my dad can make me laugh on demand. I started laughing. I was like, you right? He then was like, how much you think he weighed? I had to think for a minute, but I was like him, maybe $155-ish. My pops then brought up the argument between Kyle and I. You said Lily told Kyle to leave after you started to get mad, right? Yeah. I responded. My dad pauses for a long time again and takes another deep breath. My name, I wouldn't be surprised if this situation is a lot deeper than it seems. It speaks volumes to me. She only rallied for him to leave after you began to get real upset. My name, you are 6 feet 0 inches 190 pounds, and were just disrespected in your own house by a man you do not know. When a woman cares for someone, the last thing she wants is for him to be in harm's way. She understood exactly what was going to happen if the situation continued to escalate, and she chose to get Kyle out of harm's way, followed by switching all the blame to you and leaving. Honestly, son, where do you think she's at right now? I didn't say anything. I knew what he was implying. I know it hurts, but promise me you won't do anything irrational. She made her decision. There's not much you can do to change it. You've proven your whole life you're one of one. Don't lose yourself now over something that will just end up a tiny bump on your roadmap. I mean, seriously, I couldn't be more a thing proud of you, son. You're 22 living on your own in city. You got your shit together, that's rare, my name, you're rare, my name, the right women like your mom for me. I laughed a little, will walk into your life when you least expect it. Don't waste your energy, everything happens for a reason, son. I paused for a minute and said thank you, I needed this, Dad. My dad laughed. Of course, your mom and I are here for you always, hence call. Fast forward back to this morning. I couldn't sleep for shit last night, so this morning was just completely ass. Lily was blowing up my phone the whole night, apologizing and begging for my forgiveness. It's around 11 a.m. At this point, I'm completely just over this situation. I still haven't responded to her since she stormed off last night. In my opinion, she made her choice. However, I got a long-ass week ahead of me and can't be having this shit continue to impact me this much going forward. I eat something and head down to my apartment's local gym to just run. On lifting days, I go to a private gym, and on cardio days, I use the apartment's gym. Running is therapeutic for me. Around 1 o'clock, I got a phone call, and you guessed it. It was from Lily. No part of me wanted to pick up the phone, but we've been dating for 5 years. I felt obligated. Picks up phone. What's up? I say, to be immediately met with crying, I'm sorry, my name. I love you to death, Please just talk to me. I shouldn't have left last night. I panicked. You know I love you. My name. I didn't say anything. My name. Please talk to me. This isn't right. Please just talk to your girlfriend. I'm sorry. I told you nothing happened. I won't ever talk to him again. Please, I beg, can we just talk? At this point, the realization of my feelings for her started to really kick in. Instead of anger, sorrow, or any emotion tbh, I just felt a sense of indifference when she spoke. I responded, can you come over around 3, still crying at this point. Yes, 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 she says. Okay, I say. Ends call. I'm just sitting on the sofa now at this time, just waiting for 3 to roll around, scrolling through the comments on my previous post. Knock knock, I hear from the hallway. Shortly after, I see my girlfriend emerge from the mini hallway. She begins to start smiling and crying while wiping her tears. Again, I take notice of how I feel at this moment. A sense of indifference, a feeling I don't care about anymore. It really started to hit me, too. 5 years wasted just like that. The woman who I cared so deeply for just 24 hours before now is in front of me crying, and I don't feel a thing. Lily, it's over between us, I said, completely shocked. She barely manages to mutter out what, while still crying. It's over, I repeat it. My name, my name, my name. No, 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 no. Please, I'm sorry. Don't end this between us. I love you to death, she said hysterically. Now I won't lie, that last bit hit hard. I mean, if in heart, man. I couldn't mask it anymore. The lid had been broken. Don't end this between us. I say, Lily, I'm sorry, I can't take this shit anymore. I don't know what impression I gave you over our relationship, but I won't stay in a relationship with a woman who thinks that a thing little of me. You made the decision to end shit between us when invited your ex into my apartment behind my a thing back, Lily. That is something I refuse to let slide, Lily. At this point, my thoughts just begin to flow out of my mouth like a tidal wave. No man is that cocky for no reason, Lily. I'm not a thingful, Lily. You gave him some type of reassurance to give him the confidence to act like that. Shit, you even backed him in front of me. Why the fuck would I stay with someone who's not going to have my back? Absolutely bawling at this point, Lily say, I'm sorry. My name. I love you, I'm sorry. Y'all can call me whatever you want, but at this point, I just went soft. I didn't have the heart to keep drilling her anymore. She was just breaking down, crying uncontrollably. I just sat down in silence. My name. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. My name. I love you, only you. I won't ever talk to him again. I promise. My name. Please just give me one more chance, said Lily. I'm completely silent. I mean, there was just a huge pressure on my chest. It felt like my ribcage was gonna crack under the pressure. Sat there silently listening to her crying. I remembered one of my favorite songs, I'd rather have loyalty than love. 'Cause love really don't mean jack. See, love is just a feeling. You can love somebody and still stab them in the back. It don't take much to love. You can love somebody just by being attached. See, loyalty is action. You can love or hate me and still have my back. 21 Savage. I just kept repeating those lyrics in my head over and over and over again. To many it might seem she said all the right things, but to me, actions speak louder than words. Last night, she chose to make her decision on us through her actions. And since actions speak louder than words, it really didn't matter what she said. I'm struggling to keep it together at this point. I really did love her. Should I still do? But I understood this was what's best for me. I wouldn't have been able to trust her again. You can't be in a relationship without trust or loyalty. I lost both from her. As she cries, I look up and say, Lily, please. It's over. There's no saving this. She looks at me and says my name. No, please just stop. It's over, Lily. I interrupt. Please just do us both a favor and take your things and leave, Lily. It's over, please, let's just end it here. She doesn't say anything and gets up and starts grabbing some of her things around their apartment. I grabbed a garbage bag and helped her pack. She left the keys to my apartment on the table and left. This all finished up around 4:30 today. I've just been sitting here trying to process what the fuck just happened. Honestly, it all still doesn't feel real. I never intended on posting on Reddit yesterday, but I just needed a place to EFF and since it blew up, I felt like I should update y'all today. It's 7:35 as I finish writing this. I'm fingered. The weight of what the fuck just went down over the last 24 hours doesn't real to anyone who actually read this long update. Thank you to those who commented on my previous post. Then I have needed I placed event last night.